I'm live. Did anybody buy TQQQ at the early in the morning so that you can take advantage of the rebound? Any triple leverage DTFs? Like on Palantir or something? Morning, Josh. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta get water.
And fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show.
Oh, come on. Camera, switch back to me. Good morning. I'm getting set up. By the way, there's an Easter sale going on Trendspider. Morning, Josh, Chris, and Wendy. Big Easter sale. Ooh, what the hell? Where is? I don't know where that is. Oh, I'm gonna have to delete a bunch of stuff. Where's my YouTube? There it is. I go to view myself live just so I can see what you guys are seeing. Thumbs up. Let's pin that mofo. Thumbs up. Let's see. We're going to, I wonder if this, let me see. Copy link address. Paste. Easter. Pin message. Why not? We'll try that one. Larry. Oh, I pinned Larry's message. Unpin message. Larry. I gotta pin my message. Pin message. There we go. We're gonna pin that message. Well, I appreciate the Larry. This is how bad I am at technical stuff. By the way, markets are closed tomorrow. I'll go over the sales, but markets are closed tomorrow, and so I'm going to be working on the graphics of this. Open with Google Chrome, but we do have Netflix earnings too. Today. Open with, we're going to start out American Express's earnings. We're going to go into the Nikkei, how I think foreign markets, when he says somebody is at the White House, start buying the ETF of that country. Bill Ackman went full freaking, we will quote Ben Stiller, full from Tropic Thunder. Bill Ackman went full retard. I mean, I'm sorry if anybody's offended by that and if I get canceled, but it's in Tropic Thunder. He bought Hertz. I missed one yet the other day. MP Materials, which just soared. Ugh. Stop. Maya? Can you get Daisy? MP Materials soared. Taiwan Semi overnight. The earnings were stellar. Okay, she's leaving now. A warning about Chinese stocks, and I push this warning out there. Nvidia, it is what it is. We'll go over what I think of this stuff, but he's in China. It's Trump versus Powell. Right now, officially, it's Trump versus Powell. There is a fight going on. So, and while I don't think he's going to fire him, I wouldn't put it past him to try. And that would institute a severe market reaction down. United Healthcare is what I thought it was going to be, and they're just killing the Dow. Biggest market movers. This was an interesting survey from Investopedia. The results. Investors are scared but not selling. I mean, that's pretty much probably describes my kind of stuff. We're going to go into Newmont because I'm going to kind of bring up, hey, for paid members, I was bringing up gold in February. I will post the 2 newsletters, but don't expect to go piling in, even though Trendspider thinks that there's an opportunity for gold miners right there. Gold right now is outperforming SPY over 20 years. Just to put it out there, gold is now outperforming SPY. This was one of the newsletters on February 12th where I told paid members about Newmont and Barrick Gold. On February 4th, I had told folks about IAG, which is another one, which is down here. Yeah. Well, I'm not a fan of gold. I like what I read with earnings coming up. I like the trade on this one. So we'll look at that trade. And we'll go over my taxes yesterday. I did my taxes, and God, good God. Yeah, Butch, I do think UNH, to me, and I've said this before, I mean, I've got this pretty much down to a science here. Where are you trading in pre-market? You are at 466. Where does it like to trade? Right in there. Go to a weekly and look. This is what I've said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it has touched that 450. So, yeah, Larry, exactly. Palantir, nobody's selling. But UNH, it is pretty freaking clear. You've got, and there's the afternoon candle yesterday. The afternoon candle, it was just Jerome Powell. So, morning, Donnie. Yeah, IAG has been good. Even IAG, I think, let me see. The 4-hour, it's been okay on the 4-hour. Buying and holding has made you 182%. The 65-minute, does this one do okay? Nah, not really. Even though it got you in at 6, but that 621 to me was resistance. Clearly, it just went above that one. And this was, let's see, IAG, February 4th, IAG. So if we mark that, on the 4 hour, and we just say February 4th. It was high. Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah. Newsletter published. Do 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 do. But yeah. Oh, we're gonna go 4 hour. Wah wah wah. Right there. So. Wah wah. Yeah, Powell did some crazy shit. And I need to start trading like you, Chris. I got a 6-figure tax bill yesterday that I owe. I mean, it definitely makes... In order to get a 6-figure tax bill, you had to make a lot of money. And I made a lot of money last year. And I sold a lot of Apple, like I said, at $260. I wound up paying 20% long-term capital gains, which sometimes you can't avoid. 20% capital gains, you know, I'd rather pay 15 under 400,000, but it is what it is. So if I seem down, that's why. Hit the thumbs up button. Okay, I'm going to start recording now. Where'd my water go? There's my water. Oh. Luke, I'll go over UNH. I mean, UNH is what it is. It's going to trade between 450 and 550. I mean, I think I've been clear on that one. What you should take on it is they missed. You know, they gave horrible guidance, and they missed. It's not going to be a grower like it has been. And I think, you know, I didn't dig into the earnings report. I'm not a guy who's going to say, oh, my God, you know, this, and this. I'm going to throw it into AI. Or I'm going to read the headline and maybe an article. I don't own the stock. I've made that clear. I sold out of it at 550, not this time, but a while ago, and I haven't gotten back into it. So, Luke, it's dragging the Dow down. It's dragging everything down. But I think you take out of it what it is. It just, you know, they haven't given good guidance. So I can't imagine it's good. But I'll give you my thoughts. Before I do that, I'm going to put you on a short countdown with some, you know, enjoyable elevator music.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success.
We live in a society.
No room for any less. Every morning I
To
wake
quote
up to the
Seinfeld,
sound
we live in a society.
my heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading.
Airhead because I'm watching this.
I think, yeah. I use whenever I see something out of place in the house, the Seinfeld quote is, we live in a society. the famous episode, the Chinese restaurant where George wants to use the payphone. We live in a society. I love it. Okay, I'm going to hit record. Good morning. It is Thursday, April 17th. Happy 2 days after tax day. We're going to go over a lot. There's United Healthcare. There is GOLD, which I'm going to kind of tell you about. There's NVIDIA. There's the war between Trump and Jerome Powell, which officially this morning is a war. And then we're going to go over some earnings stuff with everything. There's a lot to cover. First off, tomorrow markets are closed. I am going to take the day and try and do some new graphics around the podcast. So tune in next week to see some new stuff. But it'll be the same old me. Speaking of the same old me, I did my taxes yesterday. I paid more in taxes last year than I ever made in most years in his salary. It's an honor but it's stressful. And I got to be honest with you. I had a meeting with my accountant. I wound up paying 20% long-term capital gains. So my income was significant last year. Not from the podcast. Most of the income, just so you're aware, was sales, long-term capital gain sales. Remember, I sold Apple at $260. I sold Apple in December at $260, and I said I was selling it because I just thought that January wasn't going to be good, and so I took a large amount. I thought I, hadn't sold enough, and so I wound up selling, and again, 20%. The majority of that income did come from it was just December was a selling spree. So I didn't calculate correctly. I did go a little bit overboard, but I say this because taxes are important. And so had Apple not been, say Apple was at $280 right now, and I wound up paying unnecessarily a 20% tax instead of a 15%. It might, again, this is money that is just in my pocket. I don't necessarily want to pay it in taxes. It's a privilege to pay taxes. But again, that's just my thing. So let's talk about the paid newsletter, because everybody knows that I've got a newsletter, dailystockpick.substack.com, or you can go over to Linktree. And on Linktree, there is the 5th link down there. But here it is, okay? And you get it every day in your email. But I want to just point out paid member benefits, because some people are saying, hey, what's paid, what's not. Well, if you get to a section and it's paid, maybe you don't see that it's paid, but I do give the paid members benefits. My goal is to find stocks that make the annual fee that you pay for the newsletter back. Okay? Let me just start out by pointing out a couple. Okay? You've got IAG. What's the date on this one? February 4th. Let's go over and look at IAG. Okay, IAG, you could trade it in the 4-hour algorithm, got you out with a 20% gain. How did I find this one? It was a Seeking Alpha top pick, and I said in February, gold was going to be good. I'm not a fan of gold. Okay, we're going to go over gold a little bit, but IAG, at this point, it was trading at $6.39. Where's it trading today? $8. Okay, trade it in between here. Understand confirmation. Once it got confirmation, go and get it. You could have gotten out. Once it got confirmation again, you get back in. Okay, gold is going nuts. And this was February 4th. And I did a bonus bonus one. Up 25% year to date and 173% over 1 year. A company founded in 1990 with a golden cross on a monthly chart showing it hasn't reached its all-time high. I'll show you how I'm entering. So you go to a weekly and you had the golden cross right there. Okay. And the weekly, it shows you right there. Go to a monthly chart and you can clearly see the 200-day. Right there. Just got over it. Okay. So IAG, just to give you a benefit. Again, I try and make the members a good time. I thought this one was a good long-term play. I wouldn't bring up a monthly chart if I didn't think it was a good long-term play. Now, This particular one, top 5 things to know when buying an ETF, and 2 trades that I really like right now. February 12th, this was the following week. 2 gold trades, Newmont and Barrick. Okay, NEM, I am in. This is one of the top S&P trades, top S&P stocks this year. Okay, that was February 12th. We're going to put it right here. February 12th, right here. And I wound up buying in. Okay, even though I knew this run was already on, I said that 50-day moving positive into this one is going to be a good thing. I think my average price is 46. You're at 55 right now. For paid members, I put it in. I did not wind up buying gold. But let's just put that one in. February 12th would have been a great idea. Because where was it trading? Right after earnings? Right after earnings, it was trading at about 16. You're at 20 right now. Again, in a down market, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. That's 2 trades. Again, February 12th for paid members. Now, the gold, this is shocking. The gold ETF is now outperforming the S&P 500 over 20 years. GLD is up 619%. SPY is up 579. I'm not a huge fan of gold. I've hated gold for a long time. I've never seen metals be worth it. But in a down market where we have tariffs and we have deficit problems, metals are not a bad thing. So not every newsletter is going to include a trade. I don't release my portfolio. You should not follow me just for trades. But the idea is to give you ideas about what's hot, what's out there, what I'm seeing. And I won't ever claim to be 100% win rate. But the goal, again, in a lot of this is to try and make sure that the paid members get that yearly fee back. And you can pay monthly and look at it. You know, if you want to pay monthly, here's the thing. If you want to pay monthly and then just go through the entire education section, which gives you all of the technical stuff that I do, all of the fundamental stuff that I do, it gives you everything that I do on this podcast. It gives you. It might be dated, but don't take a look at the actual charts and the prices. Understand the concepts. And that's what that education portion is. So paid members, you are getting a benefit. If you want to upgrade to a paid membership, think about it. Now, gold may be overextended, but gold miners, this is what Trendspider says. Okay, this is a weekly candle of GDX, which is gold miners. You can go and look at it exactly what it is. It's in a rounding bottom pattern. That might be a good thing. Again, we're just getting started here. So if this one doesn't work out, GDX, don't blame me. Go and look at the holdings of GDX, but do your research. Okay? And before piling into gold, oil is set for a weekly gain, but gold overtakes the Mag 7 as the most crowded trade on Wall Street. Just understand, there are ETFs for all of the oil stuff, but gold, according to the latest Bank of America Fund Managers survey, this week, nearly half of fund managers see long gold or bets that gold prices will rise as the most crowded trade in the market. When the market floods into a trade, it usually isn't a great thing. It usually means it's overextended, but I don't think gold's overextended. And here's some ETFs for you to trade on that one. Okay? I just gave you some companies. Newmont is one that I own. I personally own that one. So I'm a believer in it. I've let my strategy be known to the paid members. I like it. Now, when you compare GDX, remember they're saying, hey, GDX hasn't even started yet. When you look at 5-year, GDX is up 67%. Gold, GLD is up 90%. So maybe they're right. Maybe you have some movement in that one. But when you go to a 3-year, GDX, again, it's up 27%. Gold is up 66%. When you go to 1 year, though, GDX is outperforming. When you go to year to date, GDX is up 53% versus gold up 26%. So one of these two have to come to meet each other. And my guess is GDX will start coming down while gold starts going up. Just a guess. Again, I'm not an expert in this at all. When you add in Newmont for 5 years, Newmont is actually down 6% over 5 years, while gold and GDX are outperforming it. Okay, go back to 3 years. NEM is significantly underperforming. Go to 1 year. Newmont is actually in the middle, the purple line right there. Okay, year to date, Newmont is up 50%, GDX is up 53%, and gold is only up 26%. So take with this what you want. Just understand when you compare these things, these are just, a comparison. It usually comes to fruition where one comes to meet the other. So for me, maybe gold, just GLD, might be the best play in this. Like Nilay said, it's gold, Jerry. Banya. It's gold, Jerry. Ovaltine. Why do they call it Ovaltine? It comes in a round cup. That's gold, Jerry. That's gold. More Seinfeld references. This was super interesting to me. Investors are scared but not selling. These stocks are keeping them in the market. Okay, over half of the readers trust the markets less since Trump took administrative office. Again, this is just data. These are opinions of the majority, and they wrap them into a thing. So it's not political. So anybody that comes at me, F you. F you. Top readers worry inflation, U.S.-China relations, and recession. Retail investors are scared but not selling. Nearly 1 in 10 readers moved money out of the market into cash since the sell-off. Investors are still hopeful about their favorite stocks: Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, and Palantir. Again, this little thing right here, all of these stocks, they're still favorable on, and they still like U.S. over other investments. 1 in 4 readers say we're entering or already in a recession. I am one of those 4. I think we're currently in a recession. I think it's time to buy. I'm not upset that I bought last week. It was for long term. Okay, now that I have that tax bill, maybe I have to take more profits. But again, one thing I think of during this time is if you have trades, protect profits. Okay, use charts to see where the stock trades are moving, and don't let profits go away, but also don't cut them too soon. Newmont was a suggestion to paid members with the weekly price action getting back above the 200-day, and it's underperforming gold as a whole. I showed you that. I've added to the position since then, but it's in a holding pattern. I am in a holding pattern, I should say. I may or may not alert people when I sell. You need to do your own research and manage your own portfolio. I'm not managing your portfolio. Don't subscribe thinking that I'm going to make you money. I'm going to give you ideas that hopefully make you your yearly subscription fee back. That's it. That's it. And so if you like the 4-hour algorithm, here's Barrick Gold, GOLD. You trade it for 24 months, 27 positions. You win 48% of the time. So you win 13 out of, and you lose 14. Makes you 12% though, versus buying and holding makes you 6.4. Let's look at GLD. Does the 4-hour algorithm work on this one? Well, it makes you 33% versus 66% buy and hold. But here's the thing. It wins 50% of the time. So it's a coin flip. If you went to Vegas and said, hey, I've got something that wins 50% of the time, any gambler would take it. Okay? It takes emotion out of it. The algorithm got you in here at 291. You're at 307 right now on GLD. This is just the gold trust, okay? This is pure gold. It's nothing more. This is like buying IBIT. I don't think this is a great one, but during this time of volatility and during the time when Trump is in a war with Powell, we'll get to that one, I don't think gold is a bad place to be. It is at all-time highs. You are buying at all-time highs. But volatility is super, super high. So it's an idea. If you want to use these charts and you want to do it, say you just want to trade indexes. QQQ Great example. Makes you 42% versus buying and holding makes you 41%. You see that big red candle? You have no confirmation. Would I have bought at 453? I absolutely did. I did. I bought there, and I bought in a big way. I bought this. Am I getting rid of it? No. Even though it looks weak on the weekly, understand where you're at. So there's a, I'm saying that because there's a liberation strategy. If you want to see liberation, I've got a strategy that I provide you called liberation that you can import into your own system. See how it got you out up there at 8%? Hasn't gotten you back in. And this one almost makes as much as buy and hold over 9 years. 9 years. There's 14 positions. You win 64% of the time. So you win, 8 and lose 6? That's a pretty good track record on a long-term buy and hold. It hasn't gotten you in. Okay, 9 years of testing. And notice, during 2022, when you were nervous, it got you out up there. Notice, during COVID, it got you out here in February and avoided an additional 20% downturn. So this is a strategy that I have in order to, QQQ. Now, I will start using this one. I didn't develop this one way back when in March, but I developed this around this time because, again, I want to make sure I have an eye on when to trim. So, again, if you want any of this, go over to Linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. The top link is Trendspider. They are having an Easter sale. You got a cute little bunny on here. Okay, save up to 36%. You can get it for as low as $50 a month. Okay, when you sign up for an annual plan. When you sign up for an annual plan, I will send you my algorithm, the 4-hour, the 65-minute. The liberation one you can import from the newsletter, but I don't have that in the letter. But if you want it, you just ask for me, and I'll send it to you. I've given it to people for free, so if you want it, just email me and let me know. But again, Trendspider is my tool to take emotion out of this trade and say, okay, I want to know what I'm doing, and I use it plenty. I use it all the time to manage my portfolio. And again, I'm in the 20% long-term capital gains. So one stock, I'll just give you an idea of what one of the stocks that I'm actually losing on right now. So I'm not perfect. I bought, I think at about I want to say at about 550 on Meta. Okay, one stock that I bought, and I bought big. I wanted exposure to this one. And I thought that 550 was going to provide us good support. You're trading at 506. Here's what I'm seeing currently in Meta. You got one, competition from OpenAI, because OpenAI is said to be producing an Instagram-style social media app. I wouldn't put it past them. It is damn easy to just put family and photos, but you got to get eyeballs over there. And you know what? OpenAI, with all of the press, they're going to get eyeballs, and they're going to get people downloading it, and they're going to make it work, and it's going to be AI, and they're going to be able to, get great filters. And then number two, the FTC lawsuit that's going on right now, where Mark Zuckerberg is, that if the FTC actually is able to break them up, this is a $300 stock. $300. Maybe you get an additional one. Maybe it's worth more separately than it is together. But again, if the FTC breaks them up, so far Trump hasn't stepped in. Trump hates these guys. I mean, honest to God, he ain't going to step in. And then the third, TMUS, which is one of the major advertisers, announced they are reducing ad spend in the U.S. It was all on Facebook. It was all on Instagram. So I'm not always right, but I tend to have a pretty decent track record. So before we talk of the market, here's the biggest movers of the day. You got Thursday. You got Taiwan Semi up 5%. Taiwan Semi, killer report. AI demand for chips is still there. You got MongoDB up 2.5%. You got Alcoa after the company posted mixed results. Then you have the big one, United Health, which actually tumbled about 20%. I mentioned yesterday, UNH on weakness can be bought. And I do believe in that. I don't think that this changes anything, okay? It's weaker guidance. I haven't read the details of it. You can go and read about this one. Slumps, drags peers down after guidance cut, Q1 miss. The CEO wasn't super positive about stuff. It's not like, oh my God, it's a golden thing. But take a look at this, okay? Right now in pre-market, you were trading at 480. You got down to 450 in pre-market. Okay? What's this? This is a weekly chart. And this isn't science. This is just knowing that, hey, where is the price bottoming out here? This goes all the way back to October of 2021. Okay, October of 2021, the stock broke through this 450. Then it got up here to 550, pulled back. That was June of 2022. Then it got up to 550. You know, stayed up there a little bit. You could have gotten rid of it at 550 in August. Got down to 500 in September. Then it went back to 550. Then we went down to 450 in March of 2023. Constantly, it's up and down in this range. You are back in this range. Simple as that. Largest healthcare provider in the United States. So, okay, I'm going to stop recording right now. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room
they
for
did?
any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in.
I'm sorry. I had to blow my nose. I heard myself getting some crazy kind of stuff. So, okay, let's go back to recording. UNH, I think on this one can be bought, but again, risky in this market. Maybe, you know, some of the other ones might be better. Brought up a little bit of healthcare before, but again, if you want those stocks, there's that one. So let's talk about yesterday. NASDAQ slumped 3%, Dow shot. I almost bought TQQQ just because we know, and I'll show you a couple examples of any reaction in the market is an overreaction. But the NASDAQ slumped 3%, Dow shed 700 points. The Dow is actually down huge this morning just because of UNH. It's such a large portion of it. But Powell had his speech. So if we go and look at QQQ yesterday, the market wasn't doing great in the morning. You had it kind of between, it opened at 448, it closed at 449, so it was up, you know, nothing. It was pretty flat. And then you had the afternoon speech. And we opened up again the afternoon at 449. We closed at 444. It wasn't horrible, but again, Powell basically came out. If you didn't hear it, let me summarize it in this way. And this is not exactly quoting Trump, but he basically said, I hate Trump. I won't help him unless he stabilizes things and becomes less erratic. He won't get rate cuts, the rate cuts that he desires. I did find it funny that Besant had to put out something before this speech that he and Jay Powell have breakfast once a week and that they have a good working relationship. Because the White House has already floated out some replacements for Powell. And then what do we have today? Again, what do we have today? Tariffs could create tension between Fed's dual mandate goals, Fed Chairman Powell said. This is the timeline from yesterday. This is the timeline from yesterday as to what you can see. So the market got crazy. And then this morning, Trump threw out a thing. The USA is getting rich on tariffs, blah, blah, blah. Termination cannot come fast enough. He wants to fire Powell. He praised the EU. I mean, listen, Trump is praising the EU for cutting rates, and the EU did cut rates. But Trump further added that Powell issued on Wednesday was another and typical complete mess and criticized the Fed chair for supposed delays in lowering interest rates. I mean, it's a war right now between the Fed chair, who can't be fired, because if he could have been fired, Trump would have fired him already. And if he fires him, these markets will go down. Just be aware, if that happens, we will see a 10% move to the downside in this market. You don't have as many price cuts priced in. And so May, I don't know that they're going to actually cut rates. And that would push this market into a bit of chaos. So just be aware that that's out there. I am staying in the market. I have lost a ton of money, but even though I have gold, even though I have some winners like Coke and Pepsi, which are big winners, the majority of my portfolio is still Mag 7. I am down tremendously this year. It's not like I'm winning. You know, the people that are winning haven't won over the past 20 years. I get people all the time, you know, when I go on Spaces and they're like, what the hell's wrong with you? Mag 7, you boomer, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, it's done me well. And those people are at their jobs bitching at me while they're at their desk while I'm retired. Okay? Let's talk about the big thing that took stuff down yesterday. NVIDIA was the chip that was restricted, blah, blah, blah. NVIDIA, Broadcom, and Credo. Okay, those are the three chips that I currently own, Credo and NVIDIA. I want to get back into Broadcom. Okay, I don't own that anymore. But let's talk about NVIDIA first. The valuation is perfectly fine. Okay, the valuation of NVIDIA, if we just go over here and we look at NVIDIA, the valuation of NVIDIA is perfectly fine. There's no problem with NVIDIA. I mean, you know, traditionally, this is at a 50 or 60. The damn thing's trading 23 times forward earnings. Okay, we just had Taiwan Semi come out. We'll talk about that in a little bit, with crazy stuff. The valuation is okay historically, but understand, NVIDIA just became a commodity, and that's not good. Add on to it, it's a political commodity, and that's even worse. So that 23 times earning can easily come down to 6. Chips have become the new energy, the new oil, where countries are able to use these things and leverage them against other economies. So now the government is using chips like they've traditionally used oil and energy. And that means multiples can come down. I don't think they're getting down to a 6 multiple. At a 13 multiple, you load into this damn thing. But it means growth investors are going to find other places. So you're going to have downward pressure on this stock. You're not getting to 170, to 180. Wall Street still thinks it's a $166 stock. They haven't brought it down as fast as the market is selling it. And the reason people are getting out of this is because this is now a commodity. Now, here's the thing. NVIDIA chief, the Jensen Huang, has been saying demand is off the charts. Demand is off the charts. If demand is so high, why are they taking a $5 billion write-off on these older chips? Or is it something that, hey, this is just a benefit for us? It doesn't add up. Maybe people don't want to buy the older chips. Maybe that's it. And China was the only one with DeepSeek willing to buy it because they've been able to leverage it, but everybody else wants the new stuff Blackwell. I don't know. I do know that Jensen Huang is now in Beijing talking to the Chinese government, talking to DeepSeek about what they can actually implement and sell them. Jensen Huang said China is a very important market for NVIDIA and shows hopes that the company could continue to cooperate with the country. I mean, he's doing everything that he can. He is caught between a rock and a hard place. He has developed a new commodity that can be weaponized and used in a trade war. And that's what's happening. So what am I doing? I'm sitting holding. I own this at lower prices. I think my average purchase price is somewhere around 30 or 40. I'm holding at the lower price. I do hold some lots that are significantly higher at like 140, 130, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I will look to trim as it gets up there. NVIDIA, as it gets up to that 140 mark again, if it gets up there, I will look to trim this one. I don't want to hold a political commodity. It's why I don't hold oil. It's why I don't hold gold. It's why I don't hold a lot of that stuff. And if you think, let's just go into Chinese stocks, Goldman just warned you. There's a warning about financial risk with growing tensions between the U.S. and China. It is currently illegal for any non-Chinese citizen to own a share of stock in a Chinese company. So all of the Babas that you trade, all of the Baidus, PDD, JD, NetEase, Trip.com, all of that stuff, it is U.S. listed and it's Caribbean paper. The Chinese government could say, hey, that's no longer good. You might be at zero. You might have no other recourse and you'll be at zero. Okay, so don't think that running into Chinese stocks, and Chinese are up because China had really good consumer numbers. And part of that is because there was a run to onshore everything here in the US before it got done. And you're seeing, basically out there, you're seeing ads around the world from Chinese manufacturers that say, we used to produce Lululemon. We have the keys to Lululemon. Well, they're going to sell knockoffs, and they're going to sell them to Europe, and then Europe's going to create a brand, and then it's going to be sold into the U.S., and then the U.S. brand is now done. So nobody wins in a trade war. I'm not saying that China's going to win this, but nobody wins in a trade war. Now, you might say, what am I doing with my Apple stock? Because Apple could be a commodity as well. Apple front ran and imported, we know from some import data, they front ran all the damn iPhones. So all the damn iPhones are here in this country. And you hear people upgrading their iPhone. This is going to be a good quarter. You're not going to hear good news over the next few quarters. Okay, Apple, there's a problem. But I continue to think, and remember, when Kramer cries on TV, the stock usually is a pretty good buy at that point. He was crying yesterday about NVIDIA and Apple. I'm fine holding Apple. You know, Apple, he was saying, hey, Apple, the multiple is too high. I've been saying that. The multiple is too high on Apple. But I continue to think that it will be fine long term. I am not selling out of all that stuff. So am I selling Apple at 200? I did sell it at 197, a small lot. I did. I can't get out of Apple in my brokerage account. Again, it is such a high amount. But I can in my retirement account. And that's where I'm kind of doing a lot of the trimming is in retirement account. Taiwan Semi, because I can always get back in and there's no tax event. That's what's easy about it. Taiwan Semi rises after AI demand boosts sales, tariff woes linger, quashes venture speculation. Taiwan Semi is what it is. It's up 3% in pre-market. Okay, Taiwan Semi is a great play because no matter what, they're still making the majority of chips. And here's the thing, if China moves on Taiwan, I don't know that necessarily Trump is going to back them unless Taiwan pays for it. And so Trump has backed himself into a little bit of a corner here, and he's got to get himself out. That's why I say at the beginning, set your alerts because the country that he's currently negotiating with, if you get a deal with that one, I think the country's ETF starts to go up more than the U.S. goes up. I don't think that the U.S. wins in this. I think it's the countries that get access to the U.S. markets that actually win. So Taiwan Semi, it's in the core portfolio. It is a great stock. Right now, it's a strong buy in the quant. You know, and by the way, I'm looking at Seeking Alpha. If you want Seeking Alpha, they have a great premium, a bundle deal going on. Okay, you save $159. $159. This gets you both premium and alpha picks, or you can get just the premium by itself, which you can save $30 and get a free 7-day trial. This is what gives you all the quant rating. So I can easily just look at this and say, okay, it's a good company. The valuation, not stretched. It's a C-. So it's pretty good. 52-week range between 125 and 226. You are trading at 151. Growth, still great. Profitability, still incredibly good. Momentum, C+. It's wrapped in this tech sector. And momentum is probably the most important thing. And honest to God, that's the only thing, the only reason why you can't necessarily buy and hold something like this. But you can trade it. And one that's a really good trade right now that I missed on Monday, MP Materials. Trump plans to order a stockpile of deep sea critical metals. Well, MP is the one that's doing that. And MP, if we just look at 5 days, it's up 22%. Okay? 1 month, it's only up 3%. So it came back. The profitability sucks. But again, you've got this Trump mandate. These guys will start pumping out volume. So MP, it's not even in the diversified materials and metal. What's the number one? United States antimony? I don't know. Over 1 month, this is up 106%. Now understand, this has a market cap of $400 million. So don't go out there and think that I'm going to put my entire portfolio into this stock. But trade it. UAMY. Let's look. Let's see if there's a strategy that works in Trendspider. Here you go. Trendspider makes you 404% on the 4-hour algorithm. Just got you in at $2.54. We can look at the 65-minute. Does this one track back well? Well, this one makes you 180%. It just got you in just yesterday at $3.49 after a 57% win. Okay, that is just since April 9th. So there are material stocks that you can find out there that do make you money and you can trade using the tools that are in there. Okay, and did you see Hertz yesterday? Bill Ackman got in. I mean, you know, I said, if you want to know, just Google Ben Stiller, Tropic Thunder, full R, and you'll find out what I would say. But I'd get canceled if I said it. But Bill Ackman went full R. Full R. Took a 4.1 stake in Hertz. Hertz was up 112%. Any reaction in the market is an overreaction. It's up 32% this morning. So the reaction is not over. How does the 4-hour algorithm do in this one? Well, it got you in at $4.42. You're at $7.30 right now. Got you out with a 28% gain right there. You know, again, Hertz is not one that I would be looking at, but it's rental cars. And sorry, but travel's going to do well. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had brought this up, but the Nikkei rises as Trump claims big progress in trade with Japan. This is where I say, if you're going to put an alert on Trump's Truth Social and he says, hey, you're going to, I've got a meeting with this person or this person or this person. If he does that, invest in the country. And where do you find the countries? Go over to market data here and you can go to countries. There are ETFs for every country that he's going to do a business with. Okay, you can find Mexico. Look at Mexico. Today, or yesterday, I'm sorry, it was up 1.59%. Over 5 days, you're up 5%. Over 1 month, 1.2%. Again, versus the U.S., the U.S., let's see, the U.S. is down 6% over the same time. And Mexico's up 1%. Year to date, Mexico is up 13%. Poland is up 32%. Spain is up 25%. If we just go year to date, Poland is the number one, Spain's the number two, Greece is number three, Austria is number four, Chile is number five, Germany. There's an awful lot of EU in here. Okay? The US is down near the bottom, down 8%. But you can get all that. And again, it's pretty easy to do. So keep an eye on the countries. And to show you any reaction is an overreaction. Look at, which one is this? It wasn't sold. Any reaction is an overreaction. Which one? I got to go to Perplexity because I know it's stored in my my thing. APLD, that's what it is. I need to get it. Autocorrect puts it in as sold for some reason. But APLD, we can look at APLD. Any reaction is an overreaction. Oh no. Let's go to Seeking Alpha. APLD. This one down 1%, but yesterday it was up 30%. 30%. The market's open right now. That's why it's up. But it was up 30%. This is Applied Digital. 30% yesterday. It was up huge. And I went to Perplexity and I said, why is it up? In summary, the rebound after the earnings miss was likely driven by technical buying after a steep sell-off, continued analyst support, and optimism about the company's strategic direction despite short-term financial weakness. Any reaction is an overreaction. This was clearly an overreaction. So, Applied Digital, it wasn't good earnings, but damn, if you couldn't have traded this one. I mean, let's just look at a 5-minute chart of this one yesterday. Look. Okay? This is yesterday. See that drop? I'm sorry, that was the 15th. So the 16th starts right here. 16th starts right here. It opened up at $3.38. Where did it close? It closed yesterday at $4.08. 30%. So again, any reaction is an overreaction. Now let's talk about earnings. American Express, it's down slightly. It looks like in the market right now, it dipped 1.3%, likely because again, it's American Express, AXPD. It's a hold in the quant. More than likely, this is just, year to date, you're down 15% because we're going into a recession. Even American Express cardholders are a little bit worried. But AXP beat down. Now, today, after the bell, you have Netflix. I mean, did we get Schwab earnings? Let me see what Schwab did. Because Schwab is actually one that I really, really like. Schwab is down it's up 3%. So financials seem to be doing okay. Again, we're probably getting a rebound here. But Schwab did pretty well, I guess. We can look at Schwab. But Schwab is one that I think it's an $80 stock. It's back up at 78. So would I buy into this one? I don't think so. Wall Street says it's 86. I think there's better financials that you could actually get into. The valuation, a bit stretched. It's just a bit stretched, but it's one of those banks that just keeps on going. After the bell, you have Netflix today. Again, I have said Netflix, I think you should trim as you get towards 1,000. And yesterday, people started trimming. And even today, they're starting to trim. It's down 0.22%. I think you sell into these earnings and then buy afterwards. If it's a great earnings, you'll have another chance to buy it probably at $9.50, $9.40, somewhere around there. But I can't imagine that this earnings is going to kick off with, oh my God, we're so bullish on the world. It's a safety stock because it's not tariffed. And I think they still have a good business. So that's it. Again, remember, everything's over here on Linktree. Remember, I won't be on the air on tomorrow or the weekend or stuff, but don't miss out on this Easter sale on Trendspider. You see, it's not just about making the money back, in my mind. It's about how much you save. And so, for instance, you take this liberation strategy that I have. And you say, hey, I'm not really a trader, but I really want something that works for me as far as like QQQ goes. I mean, even Netflix, it saves you from Netflix because it just got you out of Netflix, by the way. But QQQ, it saved you 24% during COVID. It saved you during this time where you can see you got 75% up until January 2022. And then it got you in on a couple of losses. But even at the 315, you're still doing really well at 444 today. So it's on a weekly candle. It over 9 years, it's 14 positions. 9 years takes you way, way back. Okay, this takes you all the way back to 2016. And it's done really well. It's done, look at that. And, you know, let's see how it trades TQQQ on a weekly. Because this one might even be better. Let's see. TQQQ, yeah, you make double it. 600%. So maybe you trade that one. Now, the win percentage goes down from 60% to 58%, but you only have 19 positions. And again, this one goes back to 2016. So TQQQ might be, might not be a bad one for you to look at on this one. But again, if you want it, Trendspider is having their Easter sale. Go to my newsletter. The newsletter for most everything is free. Like yesterday's free. There's not a paid section. Even though it says paid, there's not a paid section. Okay, it says paid, but basically down here, I put paid at the very end. And the reason is because typically I'll just have a preview on the video because it's commercial free for everybody who watches it there. So if you have any questions, hit me up. I hope you have a great Good Friday. I hope you have a great Easter. If you don't celebrate those things, just enjoy the good weather that we have down here in the South. It's good golfing weather. So, okay, take care. See you. Bye. Dude, now I got to put all these damn things together. Oh. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Okay, we got this one. Did I only have two? I thought I stopped it 3 times. Maybe not. That's 45 minutes. It is Thursday, April 100 in September. Then it went back to 550. Then we went down to 450 in March. Okay. Oh, we're going to colorize this one a little bit. Boom. Bring that down. Update that. And then we're going to. Edit. We'll put all in there. Why not? It's the same damn thing. United States. UNH, I think on this one can be. Okay. There we go. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I guess I only had one. Okay, I got to do the beginning now. Take 1 second out of there. Ooh, I don't like that. Okay, we'll use it. What the hell? Sign up for the newsletter. Let us help you grow. There we go. Green screen. Copy. And we'll put this one in there. And we'll do green screen. Okay. And we're going to export file. 417 pod. Okay. How do you know? Well, I was born in 70. I don't even know what generation I'm at. Excuse me while I get my demographics wrong. Oh, Barney followed me. And I have spam people following me all the time. Let's see. Let's see, am I up or down in my big portfolio? I not only, have to pay 6 figures. I lost 6 figures yesterday too. Oh, great. I'm up 0.26%. So, okay. Now I got to do my thumbnail. YouTube thumbnail war. Let's see. I'd like that kind of. Is that one? No, I don't like that one. I'd like 2 people fighting. Like this one looks interesting. No, maybe I'll just do a generic one. Yeah, maybe I'll just do a generic one. What's a good one? Cupcake War. Best war games. 41 in Ohio? How the fuck do you live there, Lane? It is, oh, look at this. Mookrang ASMR. I don't like these. Maybe this one. Let's customize this one. Oh, I like this guy. He's got the white background. Oh, behind him. Well, Powell. We'll expand this out. And let's see. We're going to get mean face. There we go. We'll take this one and maybe this one. Show more images. Maybe that one. We'll do that one. Let's just do a screenshot of it. It doesn't have to be super hi-fi. And we'll import this. Uploads. Where's my uploads? There it is. And upload file. Screenshot. And we're gonna background remover. That's how easy this is. Jerome Powell smiling. And we'll take this one. And we'll get this. And we'll import, upload files. And then we'll upload that. This is how easy this damn thing is. I mean, it really is. Background remover. I think what we'll do is we'll group all of this together. Oh, I'm hitting caps lock. Group all of this together. And we'll shrink it down this way. And we'll take this and okay. And we're going to shrink that down in size. Wah, wah. No, don't want that shrunk down. I want that about there. I just want this. Yeah, you're welcome, Luke. I don't think I'm, an expert on UNH, but I do tend to think UNH just trades in that section, and that weekly chart between 450 and 550 just kind of explains it really well. We're gonna do that. And we'll do that. And then listen on Spotify. We'll put that in there because Spotify just gave me, I think they gave me $1,500 for an hour of consulting. Oh, I'm not supposed to say anything. Sorry. We brought up NVIDIA. Let's see, elements. Let's do gold. No. Maybe we'll put this in there. We'll copy this and we'll shrink this down. Should you buy gold? Okay, uploads. Let's see. I brought up. Oh, I think I brought up United Healthcare as well. Yeah, we're gonna put this in. We're gonna put in Broadcom. Let's see, Hims I didn't bring up. Rigetti, I have all these logos. Marvell. Does that look good here? Maybe we'll just add that. Spotfiy didn't bring. I did buy a bunch of Spotfiy though. Snowflake's still in that range to buy. Lily, I didn't bring up. Abercrombie, MicroStrategy, Citigroup, Wells Fargo. Didn't bring up Tesla. I did bring up Broadcom. So we'll put that in there. Oracle, CrowdStrike, Celsius, Costco. I did bring up Meta, so we'll put that in there. Put Meta down there. I didn't bring up Amazon, AMD, Tesla. I should look at my notes, but I didn't bring up a lot. Netflix. Put this one down here. Okay, oil. Put this down there. Move this up there. Boom. I don't think this is a great job, but for what I need, that'll do. Okay. Morning, Sean. I like that Scott remembers the reference to Walter. Yeah, Keo, Taiwan Semi's not a bad play. Listen, you know, you've got QQQ up 0.58. Taiwan Semi's cooling down a little bit. You know what? I need to put this into my favorites, okay, so that I have that one. Let's look at the 4-hour on Taiwan Semi. So Taiwan Semi 155, and you're at 154. I mean, you could say on this chart, if you put at about 150, I mean, look at that. You had resistance where it bounced off there. You had it then go up above, pull back, and then go back up to this 180, and then pull back. And Semi used that, but that was August 5th. That was the Taiwan trade. So it dipped under it, but then, you know, pretty much sat there at that one, went back up, and you see it break. Use this as support. Then it went up there, came back here, went almost up there to 180. So 150 might not be a bad play on Taiwan Semi, to be honest with you. But again, you're in a different market. I mean, shit. Oh, Larry was in. Yeah. Lane, I'm in Atlanta too. I'm in Smyrna. Okay, I really got to go because I got to upload this. It's already 9:54. I will see you guys Monday, maybe this weekend. I don't know. If I decide to do one, I'll let you know. But I will see you guys later. See you, bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound
And new graphics coming next week.
Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.